Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was weird. I just had to replug my headphones in. How's it going?
It's going great. It's going fantastic.
All right, man. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Ty?
Ty Cooper.
Where I'm from.
I'm originally from Atlanta, but right now I'm on vacation in Seattle. So
Interesting vacation spot this time of year,
yeah, I came up here for a friend. A friend lives up here, so now I'm just around networking, to say the least.
huh? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool, yeah. So welcome to Pitch Professionals Live. I'm in New York. So cool thing is we are, talking to each other, over the internet, different locations across the country.
Absolutely.
And not only is it you and I, but there's also people watching us both on the app and also potentially on other places like social media. And this video will live out there forever. So,
Quite.
hey, man. No, you'll be all good. So, would love to hear what you got going on and take it away.
Awesome. So originally, this idea came about from a friend of mine. We met actually through a network of friends who are also entrepreneurs, and I saw on a friend of mine's post that he posted something like, "Hey, I'm trying to build this app and need some help." And then he kept it under wraps because that's how people are. They like to keep their projects tight-knit. But then I sent him some material to read on app development because I'm an app developer myself. Like I build apps and websites and the whole 9 yards. And we got together because he said, "Yo, I really need some help." And he noticed all the apps I was building. I was building like small desktop apps. And so he talked to me. He came to me with everything that he worked on so far in regards to the business management and how everything is going to run. And then I just blew my mind away. We worked on it for about 4 months until now. So, yeah, it's been about 4 months. And essentially what the app is, it's an on-demand app for interior and exterior services. So, for instance, if someone has a painting company or just does painting like freelance, the intention for this app is supposed to be where people can put like, "Hey, I might need a painter for my house," and then the person on the other end who's supposed to provide the service clicks on the person who needs help and fulfill that need. And that's essentially just the idea for it.
Cool. So in your house, you need some type of anything to do with the house, painting, electric, plumbing, handyman, anything. You go to your app, and there's people around you who could do it.
Absolutely, yes. And we wanted to create this not just for businesses, but for also, we noticed that he and I know also a lot of people of the youth, they go out do landscaping like yard mowing or babysitting. So we wanted to provide give them a platform where they can essentially advertise their services as well without going to some shady site like Craigslist or without always focus on word of mouth. It could just be a platform like, okay, let's see who needs babysitting today. And they don't have to do as much searching. It's supposed to be like a one-stop shop for this kind of services.
Right, gotcha. Okay. So any unique feature to it, or is that kind of it?
One of the unique features we wanted to add is we're going to have just having consumer to consumer, and then eventually branch off to have businesses to consumers, like people who have actual businesses, so that way they can essentially extend their businesses out into a platform where they can manage all these other additional services as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. Um, so where are you guys at with everything right now?
Right now, we got the website up and we got the web app up. So it still needs some optimization, like geolocation and connecting to the user's notification system via browser. But the app is up in its early stages. It's still in beta, still running through a lot of tests.
Yep.
Um, we got a landing page that is
Yeah.
all interconnected with each other.
Looking at that right now. Yep.
Yeah, it's all interconnected with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I was just mainly focused on the back end, so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
front end still needs some touching up, but that's not too difficult in that regards.
Yep.
And that's pretty much where we are. And we have a few social media, like a Facebook and Instagram page that we
Mm-hmm.
did micro marketing on.
Okay. Cool. So like, what's the difference between this and like TaskRabbit, for example?
The difference that we have is that we were focused more on the instantaneous of it. So at first we thought, okay, well, people already schedule these things, but what if someone needs someone like right now or instant, or they want to pay like professional prices for just a small task? They can just pay like a kid with a not a kid, but someone who's has a paintbrush just to paint off this little portion. So that's essentially what we want to add, is something that branch across different types of resources. People who have very minimum and people who have very large resources. So we wanted to focus on those who just basically get started in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we feel like makes a difference. And they are more easier to mobilize than others.
Okay. And TaskRabbit doesn't do any of that stuff?
TaskRabbit is more along lines of professional kinds of services.
Mm-hmm.
So that's from our take of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And so where are you guys at with everything right now? I see your desktop app right here. Like, where are you at with the business? I mean, obviously you haven't launched because it looks like it's all. I think this is a beta anyway. So where are you at with the business?
Where we're at with the business, we're far from actually launching. We're still in the process of testing and doing a lot of market research, seeing which marketing strategy would be best to relay this across the users, and
Mm-hmm.
also in the back end, adding certain technologies that will make it more seamless and less time intensive for the consumer and for our back end as well.
Okay.
So we're
Cool.
still in a lot of testing and data processing.
Okay. And then, like, when someone, because I was on your beta right there, and it's, is the whole experience there going to be different? Because I don't really understand this exactly.
It's going to be extremely different. What's on beta right now is just
Yeah.
for the wireframe to seeing how everything's going to flow. So users come in, and the first thing they see is all the posts that are in the area. Then we'll transition into login via third party or directly on app. And as soon as they log in, as a person who's looking for work, we're focused on what the consumer wants. Someone who needs those electrics, like their TV fixed, or a person who needs that wall painted, opposed to people who already have provide these services and just posting, I do this. So eventually we're going to get to that side, but right now we're just focused on what the consumer wants.
Okay. So what's have you guys raised any money so far, or is it just kind of you guys have been building everything yourself?
Everything's done ourselves. Anything that we raised were from outside businesses that were contributing into this. Using AI, and something my business partner does is e-commerce. So a lot of funds that's been generated in those aspects, just been funding both ourselves and into this business that gives us the type of free time to focus on growing this business.
Gotcha. So are you looking to raise outside capital?
Yes, absolutely.
How much?
Outside capital and brand awareness, yes.
How much money?
We looking somewhere in the ballpark of around 100,000 just to get everything developed and potentially hire another developer to help with a lot of data processing, while saving some for marketing costs. Due to our network of friends who are well versed in social media marketing and digital marketing, I feel a lot of that cost can be cut due to the kind of connections we have.
Gotcha. Okay. But so you guys are internally handling. Are you yourself doing the development of everything?
Yep.
Okay.
We're both in part taking into developing this whole application. It's a huge undertaking, but it's definitely something we are dedicated towards. Like
right.
4 months ago, it didn't even exist.
Right. Okay. So I still don't completely get the difference between this and TaskRabbit. Especially, by the way, like I wouldn't send your beta out to anyone. I don't think your beta is even there for people to really understand it. It's
Right.
it's very raw right now. And I mean, so basically, I still don't get it. Like, so TaskRabbit, for example, I'm on TaskRabbit.com. Okay, I'm a consumer. I need help with something. I go here. I could click on a variety of different things. I could search it. Blah blah blah. When do I need it? I need it right now. Sometime soon. I'm just browsing. Location, options, details, and it'll give you different people with different reviews and whatnot to reach out to, right?
Right.
Yours, it looks like, as a consumer, you're posting a need for something. Can you hear me, by the way? Because your video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
As a consumer, you're posting a need for something, and then is the contractor or the person, whoever is going to do it, then going to reach out to you?
Yes, we're going to add a messaging system where contractors and independent freelancers are able to reach out to these consumers in request of help. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So why do you guys need $100K for development if you guys are doing the development yourself?
It just helps streamline the process.
Would you be hiring outside people to help?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be, well, more so in our network that we already know.
Yep. But you'd be using other people besides you two.
Wait, that?
You'd be using other people besides you two.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. That way we can focus more on other things, because when you're so invested in the technical aspect, you start to overlook on what's everyone else doing in data analysis.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what else? I mean, I don't think this is something I'd be interested in. I think a couple things. One, it's very competitive, right? I'm still trying to find the difference between this and TaskRabbit. You kind of flipped it a little bit, but still kind of the same thing. TaskRabbit's a beast. There's other ones. I mean, you mentioned like, babysitting and whatnot. Like, there's services for that. If you want to choose a specific niche for to go after, that could be something. If you just kind of do everything around the house, like TaskRabbit is huge, and there's probably others too.
Right.
And not only that, I just took a pitch on Pitch Investors Live last week for the same concept. They're a little different, but same concept, needing something around the house, blah blah blah. Like not only like I pitched for this dozen times now, right? So it's not a new concept,
right.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It means that that there's a market for it, but what it means is that you need to have something different and unique. Like, I'm not seeing anything different and unique about this. And what's the site like for babysitting? I think like care.com, right? Like,
Yeah, that's one.
They went after that market. They went after that market in a huge way. The dog walkers one. They went after that market. They went after that market in a huge way. Like, you're going after kind of everything. But there's already people out there doing that, right? So unless you're doing something very different and unique, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's going to be tough, right? I mean, you're competing against a company. Like, I can't talk about TaskRabbit because I don't know, but I'm sure they've, raised boatloads of money or have been acquired, or I have no idea. I could probably search right now. TaskRabbit acquired by IKEA. So they raised $50 million. I mean, so you're competing against a giant situation, right? That's going to beat you in the price battle, and so I don't know, and it's early. Like, you're very early too. Like, I think you're like I like, just by looking at your site, I don't 100% get it. I know that's what you need money for. I guess you need to get money for developers and all that stuff. But I think that you need to think really about what, who you're going after and how you're doing it. And if there's a unique way that positions yourself differently, because, you're going into a field where there's some pretty big players in it already.
Right. Absolutely.
What do you think?
No, I totally understand in that regards, and that's something that initially we thought wasn't as prevalent, and people did mention these other services, and so we started thinking of ways on how we can proceed around it.
Right.
One of the main ways we just figured was the marketing, but even that can be heavily intensive as well. But something that we had in mind was to advance in the tech aspect. So something that we thought would be implementing blockchain features, so that way most of the users' funds would be going directly towards them and so most of the application, the code is already self-sufficient, and then we'll induce validators on said chain for that. But that was just more of a fantasy than anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. No, I gotcha. So, I'm just looking at your site a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, that's, those are kind of my thoughts. I think, I would think of, more of the plan of how you would get out there, right? I mean, sure, like, if you come out with something very cool, different, unique, some cool ways to market, cool ways to get, I mean, you need to think about that and think about how you would hit the market, do an entire analysis, like, see how TaskRabbit's marketing too. I mean, like, let me just type in, and by the way, like, I don't know about everyone else out there, but, if I'm getting something done in my house, or something painted or whatever, like, shoot, I don't want, the high school kid or the guy who just started. I want the most experienced guy also. So I don't know if that's a plus that you're saying that, you can get the new guy that's coming out. I want the best guy.
Right.
So you type in handyman to Google, TaskRabbit's the first thing that pops up, their ad. So I wonder how much they're paying, per click on that. So I mean, I'm sure they're doing a lot of advertising out there. It's probably very competitive. So, all right, man. Any questions for me at all?
No, not right now. No.
Okay. All right.
I can think of.
All right. Well, best of luck. I would try to get, if you're able to design code and all that stuff yourself, just try to get as much done as possible before before getting that money, like just so you could show a little bit more also.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more complete. If you could do that yourself, right?
Right.
And, if you have a way to get the money, great. But, I think it's going to be a little bit easier if you're a little bit further down and you have, thought out like business plan and go to market strategy.
No. Nice.
All right, man. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming on Pitch Investors Live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun in Seattle.
I will. Have fun.
All right. Thanks.